Good afternoon. Welcome back to Lockdown Uploads and Online. I believe today's message comes out of 1 Corinthians 13. I want to read the first few verses. Paul says, "If I could speak in the language of earth and of angels, but I didn't have love, I'll only be a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy, and I understood all of God's secret plans, and possessed all knowledge, and if I had such faith that I could move mountains, but I didn't love others, I would be nothing. If I gave everything I have to the poor, and even sacrificed my body, I could boast about it. But if I didn't love others, I would have gained nothing. Love is patient and kind. Love isn't jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It doesn't demand its own way. It's not irritable, and it keeps no record of being wronged. It doesn't rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever truth wins out. Love never gives up. Love never loses faith. It's always hopeful and endures through every circumstance." I want us to break this passage up into bite-sized pieces. Over the next little while, I want us to get the full nutritional value out of this passage on love. It tells us that our faith, our Christian walk, if it isn't saturated with godly love, then it's actually worthless. And so we better listen carefully to what the Spirit is saying. So today's chunk that I want to have a look at is love is patient. God's our example. God meets us where we are and loves us like we are at the moment. God's love doesn't expect us to do or achieve more than we're able. We wouldn't expect a 1-year-old to never spill a cup of milk. They're only learning to do that, but we have very different standards and much higher expectations for a 16-year-old carrying a cup of milk. God's patience is prepared to wait for us to grow into our potential. And He continues loving us as we grow and make the mistakes that we do. He's our example of patient love. And if we're Christians, one of the fruit of the Spirit who lives inside us is the spirit of godly love. And this will make us patient too. We'll be patient firstly with ourselves. Patient when we can't do what we want to. I'm learning this more and more as I get older, that there are a number of things that I can't do anymore. Maybe we're frustrated and impatient with ourselves because we can't do something that we've always wanted to do. We don't have the finances, we don't have the ability, we don't have the opportunity. But if we're Christians, love is patient. And this patience actually goes hand in hand with just being self-controlled. Love also makes us patient with others around us, in queues, in traffic, with those who are not so technically inclined when we're behind them at the ATM, or waiting for them to try and work out something on their phone. It makes us patient with the elderly around us who are slowing down in most things, especially in their car. Love even makes us patient with God, because sometimes God doesn't answer us immediately or as quick as we expect Him. He doesn't do what we ask Him to do, or if we're honest, sometimes tell Him to do. And He doesn't do it by the deadline that we've given Him either. Patience is exercising self-control and actually being humble and admitting we don't know exactly what's going on in everybody's life around us. We don't know what their true motives are. If we are patient, we will unselfishly wait with a godly attitude. If we don't exercise love with patience, this verse tells us we become a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal, an irritation. And it says that our faith will be worthless and will benefit us not a sausage, nothing at all. But if we choose to exercise godly patience, and remember, it's our choice, we choose to be patient, God and the people around us will see that our faith has value, and we'll receive blessings in the process. My friend, let's grow in our patience. Let's ask God to help us to humbly admit we don't know everything about everybody, and sometimes we just have to wait. Then people will see God in us. God bless you. Have a good one. Cheers.